Hello everyone. Today's video I'm going to show you how to do long exposures on the Mamiya RB67. This is a RB67 professional model, not the Pro S or the Pro SD, but it's pretty much all the same for all the types of cameras except the RZ67, where that one has bulb mode and you can hold it down and do all that cool stuff, but this one sadly you can't. On all the Mamiya RB lenses there will be a 1 second and a T mode right there. What a lot of people do not know is that you can still take long exposures on the Mamiya RB67, and it's actually not that hard at all. But sadly they didn't implement the bulb mode on these Mamiya RB lenses. They did that on the RZ lenses, and it's very intimidating at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's honestly fine. So obviously the first thing you'll need is a tripod. This is a Mercury tripod, one of the newer ones I got on Amazon for about 125 bucks, and it does the job. It's very sturdy. When I put the camera on here, it doesn't shake, it doesn't wobble and stuff like that. That's probably one of the biggest things that you will need to know, is to have your camera on a great tripod, because you have to either move the shutter dial or move the lever to close the shutter, but we're gonna get into that in a second. Second thing you'll need is, of course, your cable release. Any type of cable release. I got this one from my girlfriend. She shoots film on a Canon A1, and she had a couple of these, and she gave me this one and it fit. I looked them up on eBay. They're about like $5, $3. You can get them very cheap nowadays, but this is essential because you don't want to touch, like, the whole point of taking long exposures is to not move your camera. All right, and I like having a prism finder too, because as you can see, it's very easy to look at your photo, and it's very easy to make your photo instead of like having to have your whistle viewfinder and look at it like that. And you can close focus with this thing. It's very amazing. It's one of the most amazing things to look through. So let's get into the long exposure part. So there's two ways you can do it. The first way that I've been doing it for a while was when you release the shutter. Okay, let me make sure it's on T. Okay, when you release the shutter with the shutter release cable, as you can see, the shutter is open. Okay, and then if like the first method is you have to move it to 1 second, like by rotating this dial with your hands. So as you can see, when I rotate this dial, yep, you see like the camera, the shutter closes. And so you'll do that for your 30 seconds or 1 minute or whatever. You'll just move that and you close it. But that way can be very scary and very intimidating, because it causes camera shake. The second way you can do it is cock this lever. This is one of the newer ways I learned, because as you can see, let's release the shutter. Shutter is open, and if you push this forward with barely any pressure, it closes the shutter. The shutter is closed. This way is a lot easier in my opinion, and it's a lot less camera shake involved, because you literally don't even have to put that much pressure on the shutter for it to close. So I'm gonna do it again. So let's cock it. Make sure it's on T mode. Let's fire off the shutter. As you can see, the shutter's open. Come over to the lever, put barely any pressure on it, and you'll hear a click. Boom. Now the shutter's closed, as you can see. Now there's a third way you can do it too. You need a lens cap. If you're really picky like I am, when you take these long exposures and you do not want to mess up, what you can do is release the shutter. The 30 seconds has, say it was a 30 seconds exposure and it passed, put the lens cap over the camera like that, and that technically kind of ends the exposure, and then you can cock the shutter without worrying about motion blur because you blocked off the light coming in. I've been using that method with the lever method when I make all of my photos on this camera when I'm doing a long exposure, and it turns out very successful. There's no camera shake because once you cut off the light source, once you cut off your picture from the light source and stuff like that, your exposure has been taken. So it's basically like a bulb mode with the black hat mode, I guess that's what they call it. But yep, that is the video on how to make long exposures on the Mamiya RB67. I'm gonna leave these timestamps down in the description so you can skip to the methods and how to do it. If you found this video helpful, please leave comments, make a discussion in the comments below on maybe a new method or something like that, or maybe I messed up on one of the methods and stuff like that. You guys can correct me in the comments. Yeah, if you have any friends that are stuck and stuff like that, you can probably send them this video, and hopefully it'll help them out. But yep, everyone enjoy the rest of your day, and yep,